we've got to emphasize positive command climates and inclusion. You know, we get criticized, frankly, sometimes for being woke. I'm not sure what woke means. I think woke means a lot of different things to different people. But I think, you know, we do have a wide range of soldiers in our Army, and we've got to make them all feel included. And that's why a lot of our diversity, equity, and inclusion programs are important.
Good freaking grief. That is what we've had in charge of the Army for the last 4 years. Joining me now, Congressman Andy Ogles from the great state of Tennessee. Congressman, about 2022, that clip came out, and you were all over this stuff, have been all over this stuff for quite some time. Exactly how bad is the rot inside the military right now?
Oh, I mean, goodness gracious, when you listen to that clip, you know, the military, what I expect and want out of my military is lethality. And if that hurts your feelings, then get the hell out. I mean, we are a sovereign nation. We are the sole superpower of the world. And when you have a military whose sole purpose and mission is inclusion, no wonder Russia attacked Ukraine. No wonder Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis are attacking Israel. No wonder you have Africa on fire or Haiti on fire, is because they know that the commander-in-chief is not only, you know, cognitively declined, but when he is paying attention, he's not at the helm. He's not doing his job. We need a commander-in-chief who's going to secure this nation, secure this border, and make sure our military is trained to kill.
Where are we at with, I understand that you're in the House and he has to get through the Senate, but this Pete Hegseth nomination means a lot to me, means a lot to my Marine Corps brothers. People who are in really want to see things turn around. And obviously there's a smear campaign that works a lot on the low-T GOP types. What are you hearing on Capitol Hill?
Well, you know, to be determined. You know, I texted with Pete last night and then again this morning, giving him words of encouragement and told him never back down, keep fighting. When he came to the Hill and spoke to the House this afternoon, I greeted him, walked he and his wife out the back door. But just again, to offer those words of encouragement, he's a fighter. The DEI woke caucus within the military does not want someone like Pete Hegseth at the helm. And so that's why there's a smear campaign against him. It's that simple. And so look, if you want someone to come in and increase lethality to secure our nation as the top predator, quite frankly, in the military space, it's Pete Hegseth. And look, and he said his own words, you know, he wasn't elected president, but he is an operator who's going to work at the will of the president and execute the president's vision going forward. And that's what we need in Pete Hegseth.
Congressman, what can we do with recess appointments? There's a lot of chatter online. Everyone's an expert now on what you can do or can't do. Give us the real thing on what can be done, what is realistic if Donald Trump needs to have recess appointments.
Well, there is a procedural mechanism, and it's a bit tricky on what would trigger those recess appointments, but it is a tool that the president can use. And I would think that Pete would be one of those that would be, if you're going to pull out that card, and you want to use it sparingly, let's be honest, that Pete would be one of those individuals that you say, look, we need someone who's going to be a disruptor, a change agent, and to restore the trust and the values. You know, our middle child, our 14-year-old son, told me that, you know, he wants to go to one of the academies, and there's that half of me that shuddered because I'm honored that my son would want to serve his country, and there's the other half of me that shuddered because our military has gone woke, and so we need to restore that trust into this apparatus that protects you and I, and quite frankly, the rest of the world. And so as you go forward, again, I do think it's something that the president could utilize, but my hope would be is that the Senate moves past this smear campaign, past these allegations, and confirms him and gives him kind of that full endorsement that he deserves out of the U.S. Senate.
Congressman, we have a spending battle, as you always have a spending battle on Capitol Hill. And I'm sad to say, in my 43 years on this planet, I don't think we've ever won one of these battles. So how bad's the loss going to be this time?
Well, you know, that is the question. You know, I've talked to the president just before Thanksgiving, and been in touch with Stephen Miller, one of his advisors, about, you know, what is this path forward? What do we have to do? And look, you know, if you're President Trump, you know, there's a lot to get done in those first 100 days. Obviously, he's going to do a lot immediately by executive order. but then he needs the House, the Congress, to come in and legislate many of those priorities, like securing the border, like deporting individuals who are here illegally, like targeting our enemies like Hamas and Hezbollah. But that being said, as we go forward, this is a tricky environment that we're in. There's going to be this push for an omnibus. Meanwhile, I'm ranked now the second most conservative member of Congress. I want to cut as much as we can. But that there is going to be a struggle. At the end of the day, we've got to make sure that we don't inadvertently handicap President Trump as he comes into office. We need to make sure we don't do anything to disrupt those very important and critical first 100 days.
Congressman, I appreciate you very much. Please keep fighting for us. One of the good ones up there. Thank you.
Absolutely. God bless.
I would thank you for coming to my YouTube channel, but I know how brilliant it is, and I know you love it here. So subscribe and watch. We're going to start really ramping things up and putting some funny stuff, some interesting stuff out there, some collaborations. Either way, my YouTube channel is officially the place to be. So stick around.